And yeah, here we go. I'm gonna get this party started. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Autonomy podcast. And today I am welcomed by Akanksha. Nice to meet you, Akanksha.
Nice to meet you too. Hi, how are you?
So I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time on a Friday morning to do this podcast. And you just got off the gym to do the
Yeah,
podcast. So that's like,
yeah.
that is dedication on a Friday morning, Akanksha.
I know. I really wanted to look good for the podcast, but it's a gym hair.
Hey, you look great. You look great. Yeah. All right. Well, it's a pleasure to have you. Welcome to this podcast, and yeah, let's jump into it. Let me
hmm
ask you a bit about how is your journey going so far? You've only been with us, like for a couple months now, but you still managed to
Yeah,
lose
two
5 kilos.
months.
Yeah,
Yeah, two
yeah,
months. Yesterday was exactly 2 months from the first conversation I think that I had with Philippe.
yeah.
That was like exactly 2 months. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And you managed to lose like 5 kilos within those 2 months. So it's always great to see that progress, like that kickstart that we get into our journey. So how are you feeling so far?
Good. Today, it was 6 kilos finally. So super happy
Nice.
about
Yeah.
that. I was really
Gotta update
excited.
that.
Yeah, it was really exciting and it, kind of like motivated me even more to do that extra hour at the gym. I was like, I'm gonna run more. This feels
Nice.
good. But yeah, it's been great. I like how it's going.
That's awesome. Really great to hear, Akanksha. And let me ask you this, like, what did you find so convenient about this plan that got you to hit the ground going and like, be able to lose weight and be on the right track like really fast?
The fact that I can eat everything, like I don't have to like take out a whole food group out of my diet. That was my main concern. I have done like diets in the past and they have worked, but it always comes back because you cannot leave carbs for the rest of your life or
True.
fat for the rest of your life. So I really like this thing about this nutrition plan that we're doing,
Hmm.
that I get to eat everything in moderation, and that makes it so much easier even when I'm traveling or when I have people over at home or when I'm not in my comfort zone. I can still find things that I can eat. Basically, I can eat everything in moderation, and that's what I like about this plan.
That's really great to hear. And it's always like, that perception of being in a diet and being restrictive, not being able to eat
hmm
that, not being able to eat this. So it's always like, great to hear, to have that flexibility and still be on track with our goals, right?
Yeah, and the fact that this is teaching me to have a lifestyle instead of a diet, like, a lifestyle change. That's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely, Kanksha. Really glad to hear that. So that leads me to my next question is, what have you struggled with before joining autonomy, like with your diet or with your lifestyle generally?
So I have PCOS,
Hmm.
so it was in general really hard to lose weight. I I was always working out and I was doing some high intensity workouts, but at the same time, constantly the idea of like what I understood is that you need to leave carbs to lose weight. So, I would do that for some time and then fail, go back, overload carbs and then, sometimes give up. So these were the two things that I was struggling with, that I wasn't able to follow like those strict regime diets,
Hmm.
and PCOS was the other thing that I've been struggling with, and also like the lack of knowledge. Um, Even when I was not eating carbs, I think I was eating too much proteins or too much of something. I did not know what's portion control. I did not know what's the right amount for me to eat.
Hmm.
So that's something that I've struggled with in the past.
Yeah. And do you feel like those struggles prevented you from losing weight, like in the past? Like, how long have you been struggling with that initial weight that you started with?
For a while, I I think I was really thin before COVID, and then
Hmm.
COVID hit, and then you know we got lazy, and then we were eating at home, and all of that happened, and then I gained a good amount of weight. I think during COVID, I gained about 25 kilos,
Hmm.
and then I just did not know how to lose that weight, and I would lose like 5 kgs and then fail and then gain all of it back. And then again, a few months later, I would be frustrated that what am I doing with my life? This is not how I want to be. I was always working out, that's the thing, but I did not know how to eat right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and then frankly, for the last 2 years, I was trying to do everything that I could, but I had a lack of knowledge basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't, my directions were not right.
Okay.
So I always thought that you remove a certain group of foods and that's how you lose weight. And I that was totally not working for my body. And I feel that was also aggravating everything about my PCOS. I had high cortisol levels and um I was generally not feeling very great in my body. I was fatigued, tired, and I have long working hours. My work schedule um tends to make me like be on my foot for almost 10 to
Yeah.
12 hours a day, which is really hard on my body. And I was still like, even after a very active lifestyle, I was still only gaining weight,
Mm-hmm.
which was PCOS and not knowing how to eat and what to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always frustrating when there's a condition that we can't control and it reflects
Mm-hmm.
on our weight as well, and not being able to see that progress. And like, it's interesting because you mentioned that you're a pastry chef, so
Mm-hmm.
working with food as well. So
Yeah.
how long have you been in that career field, and how did you feel this got affected when you joined, like, this program as well?
It didn't. So I've been in the career for 5 years now,
Hmm.
and I don't think it affected anything in my work, like in a negative way. I was still like that was one of the conversations that I had when I joined this program that, I still have to taste everything that I make. I've been able to taste everything that I make, and I've still been losing weight, so that's going great.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Making delicious pastry and still losing weight, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
absolutely.
And I give myself some treats in between as well.
There you go. As long as they're part of the plan, right?
Yeah, yeah, as long as I'm able to balance everything out and have everything in moderation, I think I've been eating everything. I haven't really cut
Yeah,
out any food groups at
yeah,
all.
absolutely, Akanksha. Yeah, that's really great to hear. So my question is, why is it important for you to lose that weight, Akanksha? Like, why did you want to get on this journey and try to lose the weight again after, like, struggling for such a long time with that weight gain?
So, I grew up not a fat kid, but not a thin kid either. So, in the middle where you're not thin, you're not fat, but you're uncomfortable. You cannot run too long. You cannot, you didn't have that, like, I didn't have that energy and I was lazy. And I think I lived most of my life like that until, I don't know, this one day I was like, no, I'm gonna lose all this weight. And I lost all of those weight and I became I think I was 85 back then, and then I
Hmm.
went down to 62, 64,
Yeah.
and it really helped me with my confidence, with my health, with with basically with everything. I felt good, I looked good, and at the same time, that brings in so much energy, a positive vibe. And then COVID happened and I lost that track and I again gained weight and I saw, so
Hmm.
my PCOS happened because of my weight gain. So it wasn't like I had PCOS and then I gained weight. Because I gained so much weight, I developed PCOS. And for me, I know that I come from a family of health conditions.
Hmm.
So it's been very important for me to like, I always want to keep myself healthy and avoid the health conditions. And I think it's because of this that um, my PCOS, like I recently spoke to my doctor and then she was like, I can stop my medicines because when I lose like 10% body weight, it fixes a lot about my
Wow.
a lot of situation with my PCOS. And that was really important for me because health, like, at least like once you're 30, you already go through so many hormonal changes and health problems. So, and if losing weight and having a healthier lifestyle can fix that, why not? Like that's the best thing that can happen.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear, and I bet like that's gonna keep you motivated to keep pushing as well for that goal. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, of course, because it's been working. Like, in the past, the reasons why I have like fallen out of programs, like
Hmm.
diets and everything, because it doesn't work, because so you always tend to like binge eat because you're
Yeah.
restricting yourself so much. But here, since I'm not restricting a certain food group or like
Hmm.
just eating the same thing every day, and then I'm still seeing changes in my weight, it makes you feel like doing more. Like you feel motivated, you're seeing the progress, and then you feel excited to like see further. You want to do
Yeah.
more, and it keeps you excited.
That's exciting. That's why you were hitting the gym for an hour on a
Yeah.
cardio.
Yeah, it was I had a upper body like a pull day, and I was
Nice.
supposed to only do like a 20-minute cardio, but then I was feeling the energy and I ate a banana before the workout. So I'm like, I can do another hour. Let's do it.
Let me do some more.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
then I totally forgot about this.
So how did you come across autonomy and what caught your attention about this program that you felt before joining like, you know what, let me explore this. Like this seems interesting to me.
So I was on a lookout for a while, and I spoke to like multiple people, but I felt like I live in Seattle, and I felt like having a nutritionist who doesn't understand how I eat
Mm,
and would be hard for me. And especially even if I joined the nutrition plan, I would still keep falling back because I did not grow up eating grilled chicken and salad. I grew up eating Indian food. So I wanted to have like a comfort where, I know what to cook, and I can meal prep it, and I can prepare for a whole week. So I was constantly in this like fight that I don't want to eat um cauliflower rice and grilled chicken, because like that's not my taste, and I know I will. You got
yeah, sorry to delivery. Sorry
no, no.
about that. One second. Sorry
I
about
get
that, Akanksha.
distracted so easy. I was like,
It's
I
all right.
heard the doorbell. But
So
yeah.
loud.
No, 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 it's me. I think I'm used to working in a restaurant, so we hear calls.
Ah, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I did not want to eat cauliflower rice and grilled chicken because I knew I'm gonna fall out of it, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
have this one day where I will go out and binge. So
Hmm.
I was constantly fighting that urge, and then my husband came through this autonomy profile on Instagram, and he
Hmm.
saw Nathan's videos, and he's like, go talk to them, like check it out if you like it. So I did my contemplation. I was like, yeah, am I ready to you know, get into it? Like I'm not gonna just call and be like, hey, I'm just exploring. I wanted to be sure before I'm calling.
Hmm.
And so I followed you guys for a while. I saw people's transformations and they looked great. And then I also saw a few videos of South Asian people talking about like how they're able to eat their food and then still
Yeah.
lose weight. So I was like, yeah, let's try this. This looks promising. And then I booked a call with Philippe, and then it that's how it started.
There
So
you
yes,
go.
I would give some credit to my husband. He found you guys for me.
That's awesome. That's really great.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, thanks to the hobby, and now you're on track as well with losing your goals. To
yeah,
keep it trying to be on your goal. Yeah.
yeah. And you know what happened? Because like I cook my food, and basically I do the cooking here, so he eats whatever I eat.
Yeah.
And he was not even trying to lose weight, but he's happy. He's lost like 4 kgs too, and he's like, "Oh, this was not even in my plan."
That's like
Now for I
collateral
think
damage.
yeah, yeah, he lost. No, he's happy about it. He's always been like skinny, so
Hmm.
he's a lot into like gaining muscles, and he works out like that. So, but then he gets the food that I eat. So earlier he was getting all the unhealthy food I made. Now he gets this healthier version of all the same food.
Yeah.
And he said that even when he's like he wasn't even trying, it was not in his like
Yeah.
goal. but he lost good like 4 kgs, and he's like, well, it
It's,
worked for me too.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you feel now, Akanksha, after 2 months with 5 kilos or 6 kilos? Now, let's be accurate, 6 kilos less today than 2 months ago. Like, what do you feel has changed for you the past couple months? What do you feel noticeable changes you have seen?
Well, so I've lost 6 kilos, but I've also lost like two body size, two like I've size down on dresses with like two sizes down.
Hmm.
I am able to like fit into a lot of my old clothes that were like
Nice.
in my cupboard for years now, and I didn't
Wow.
want to get rid of them, and they were still here. So I have like I've kept steps of like clothes that okay, now I fit in this, now this one's the next goal, this one's the next goal. So that plus I feel a lot more energetic now, and like that uneasiness in your own body.
Yeah.
Though I cannot say that I've totally overcome it because I still have a long way to go, but I already see the difference in the energy level. I don't wake up tired. I don't have like muscle pain all the time. And yeah, and the fact that it makes you feel a lot more confident.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's like, I really love to hear your perspective as somebody who's been doing this, like been on this journey for only 2 months, because a lot of people would come in and this could be intimidating at the beginning and maybe like, it's not working out and then a huge change in lifestyle as well. So, what would you tell like, somebody who's like joining right now or getting on a health journey from your
Mhm.
experience over the past couple months?
Well, I think I was one of those people who got really intimidated in the beginning. And I got impatient at some point. I was like, wow, this is like, I don't know. Um, it's been because I had hit plateau and like I didn't lose any weight for almost like 10, 15 days. And I was like, wow, this is not working for me. I don't know if it's working. But in that moment, well, I'm a patient person. So I told myself that I should give it some time before, like, having an opinion about something. I should stay focused. And I think that's what my trainer, Abood, kept telling me. He's like, just be consistent. And then I think for 15 days or something, I was only losing 100 grams or something and then gaining it back and then losing again and gaining
Yeah.
it back. And then suddenly it dropped.
Hmm.
And then it started dropping every week. And then until now, even when I had a traveling week last weekend, I still was able to maintain, if not, I actually did not even like I lost about 200 grams even while I was traveling and I was not eating food cooked at home and everything. So I would say patience, like be patient and be invested in your journey
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
and and discipline. And I think I it would be a wrong thing to say that all of this comes without discipline. Like that's very important.
Yeah, yeah, really, really great tips here, Akanksha. So, what were like the strategies that Abood gave you that really worked with you? Like you felt like okay, this is really working with my lifestyle. I'm really seeing changes as well. Like, were any specific strategies that has been adopted?
Yeah, so I told him that I do tend to eat out a lot, and especially like because where I live, I cook every single day, so I like to
Yeah,
give myself a break on like the weekend, at least
yeah,
one day of the week, where I like to go out. So he told me how to like balance out my carbs and save calories.
hmm,
Like, if I know I'm gonna have dinner somewhere, so I would skip my carbs just for lunch and save a few more calories to be able to have a bigger dinner. So that balancing out, it kind of worked for me. I do that a lot now. And that helps me in a way that even when I don't know I'm about to step out and I do have like a sudden plan, I do the same thing the next day. I skip out carbs for a couple meals,
hmm,
but I'm not skipping it out completely. So that kind of works for me. And when I say carbs, it's not even like everything out of my diet. I would just not eat rice or like chapatis, but I would still have my veggies. I would still have my chicken. I would still have fat in my food. So it keeps me full. It doesn't make me feel like I'm famished. At
yeah.
the same time, it doesn't make me gain weight. So that's great. I get to eat dessert. whenever I want, then balance that out.
How often can you say that on a diet, right?
Well, yeah, I try not to do that a lot, but I still take like a dessert once a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I balance it out with my carbs. And then this one day I told her, I was like, you know, Abud, I feel like I want to have a nice matcha tea
Yeah.
outside. And he's like, oh, you should have had it. Like, don't restrict yourself. So I don't think that happens with like diets. Like,
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
So he
Absolutely.
would like, I like how he taught me how to balance out things.
Mm.
Like take some from here, add some there, take out something from here. I like that transaction that we do with our food. Like it's pretty good. You get to eat what you want, you balance it out, you lose weight. I mean, what else do you want?
Yeah. So like a barter relationship. You give me something,
Yeah,
I give you something, right?
yeah, yeah. I like that. That really worked for me.
Yeah. So that leads me
And
to
then
my next.
also
Yeah.
the importance of how important the other thing that I think South Asians don't realize is the importance of veggies on our plate.
Mm.
I mean, we don't eat a lot of, we didn't grow up eating a lot of salad. So that's one of the other things that I learned that if I'm gonna be going to a restaurant where I probably wouldn't have salads on the menu or like, going to a Chinese restaurant, then even if I'm taking veggies, um, it's gonna have a lot of fat in it. So what I usually do is like if I'm about to go for a dinner, I I have like a small bowl of salad before
Yeah.
that, which helps me not overeat. I'm still eating everything in like correct proportions, and I'm
Yeah.
also not hungry after that.
Yeah.
So these are
That's
the two things that I think that I added to my lifestyle, and I really like it.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So that's what I wanted to ask you actually to follow up on is um, what are the things or the strategies that you found, like, when you joined Autonomy, that you did not know about before joining? Now, you mentioned like the importance of veggies or the importance of balancing out, but was there anything that stood out like, oh, I didn't know about that, and now you build that knowledge because you mentioned like building that knowledge as well is very important.
Yes, the amount of proteins that I used to take in my food and the amount of oil that I would put in that food, I did not have the knowledge that that's a lot for a person's single meal. Like I would usually go for like a 250 grams of high protein, I would take a chicken thigh, which would be 250 grams skin on, then I would add more fat to it. I would add like, never measure the amount of oil I'm adding to my food. It would
Yeah.
just be like a bottle being pouring in. And then when I started measuring my food, I realized that I was probably taking like 4,000 to 4,500
Yeah.
calories a day, and my body doesn't need it. And when I started taking the right quantity, I did not feel like I'm still hungry
Hmm.
or like I'm eating less. I was still like satiated. I was having, and then when I was having all of those chicken and lots of oil in it, I was not having any rice with it or any chapatis or breads with it. It was just the chicken and a
Yeah.
little bit salad, maybe like one small mini cucumber, because I did not know any better.
Yeah. Yeah, now like you feel like you build that knowledge to know exactly like
Mm-hmm.
this is what I need to have. Uh, Also, like building that knowledge about volume of food as well and the importance of it.
Yeah. Yeah, the basic thing of dividing your plate with carbs and fiber and
Hmm.
protein and fat, like I learned that here.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Because
really
all that
great.
I had done in the past was like remove carbs, just eat chicken with broccoli. That's it. And then I remember I would get sick of it and then I would just go out and eat something extremely unhealthy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's like you feel like those strategies are gonna stay with you forever. Like this is how you
Mm-hmm.
build your
Yeah.
knowledge. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
basically like building a lifestyle. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what you want to do. Like you want to make it flexible because life is about not only about food in the kitchen now. Like you can see, like food is in the workplace, for example, for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's in
Yeah.
social life. It's in travel. So all of that. So like having that balance is absolutely important. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in everything that we do, Akanksha. So my next question would be. what is the next target? Like, what is the end goal of you for this journey for you? Like, what do you feel like the target weight that you have set for yourself to achieve?
I want to be somewhere around 65
Okay.
because I've been 65 in the past and I feel like I look fit, healthy. I have a good lifestyle when I was that weight,
Mhm.
and that's what I want to hit.
That's awesome. Really great to hear because that's like, the question that I will lead with as well. I will follow up with is that we're going to have part two of this podcast
All
after a
right.
few months once you hit that 65. And then we'll be talking about
Yeah.
those different goals, I guess, right?
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah, so I'll be excited to have you on another episode of that podcast, and we will continue this journey of like, okay, Akanksha now lost 6 kilos, and now she's lost like 20 more kilos, and she's like at 65.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be amazing. I'm sure that's gonna happen because it's
Yeah,
working
yeah,
and I am focused and I'm sure we'll be in that podcast soon.
absolutely. And I encourage you to keep going forward and keep pushing. And I will keep checking on you to see how you got. And then once we get to like, oh, you're 65, let's go. Podcast
Yeah.
part two.
Great, great. But also like having said that, I know 65 is like a goal in my head, but the bigger goal is to be fit
Yeah,
without numbers, like feeling great in my body and feeling fit and strong.
of course.
If that happens for me at 70, I'm not complaining.
Yeah,
65 is just like basically a number that, Akanksha, who is like 24 once upon a time, was
yeah.
64 kgs. But I do also understand that, like, that's the same conversation I had with my coach yesterday when I was telling him. So he said, maybe, at 68, you feel you don't want to lose more weight. Like, this is looking great. So I do understand that as well.
Exactly. Like one day you will wake up and you look at yourself in the mirror and you'll be like, you know what? I love this body. This is what I want to
Yeah.
maintain. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then it's like a lifetime work, like taking care of your body. That's important.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like an expensive vase that you purchase and you want to clean it, you want to keep it like neat, you want to take care of
Yeah.
it, and that's just like your body.
Sure. Yes. That's true.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure chatting with you today, Akanksha.
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed my time. Thank you very much
Me
for
too.
jumping into these ones. And I'm looking forward to part two, actually, once we get to our target. But it's really great to have your perspective as a newcomer as well to this program, going through the obstacles, going through the intimidation, and going through, like,
Hmm.
sometimes the misperceptions and misunderstandings, and building that knowledge for you in a couple months. Losing 6 kilos is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you. I've been loving it. I like it.
Absolutely, absolutely, Akansha. Well, looking forward to the future, and I will chat with you later.
Thank you. You too. You have a good day.
Thank you very much. Hang on,
Thank
Akansha.
you.
I'll stop the recording now. Well, you did well.